There are only two trim levels available on the Veracruz, the GLS and this, the Limited, which starts at $45,995. Both models come with 18-inch wheels, heated leather seats are standard, as is all-wheel drive, and both feature the same 3.8-liter V6 engine. The GLS has tilt and telescopic steering, power driver's seat, radio controls on the steering wheel, power windows, doors, and air conditioning. There is no MP3 jack available on either model, and navigation and Bluetooth are not offered.
But what you do get is a sophisticated and luxurious looking interior. The materials in here really are first rate. It's very well put together and everything is easy to use. If I took off the Hyundai steering wheel and stuck a Lexus steering wheel in its place, this interior could pass for a Lexus. The second row of seats is spacious. Hyundai claims that the Veracruz is one of the largest in its class, and it shows. The third row of seats is accessible by easily sliding the second row forward. The last row is pretty comfy with enough room for smaller adults and plenty of room for kids. Behind the third row is a limited cargo area, but under the floor is additional space. The third row of seats is standard on both trim levels, as are backup sensors, but the power liftgate is only featured on the Limited. The Veracruz is based on the Santa Fe platform, and we've had the Santa Fe in our press fleet for a long time, and we really like it.
It is based on the Santa Fe, but it's bigger in every direction. What do you think of the styling?
Well, it has more than a passing resemblance to the Lexus RX 350. The overall shape is very pleasing. It's got some nice luxury touches to it. The downfall for me is the headlight design. It looks kind of weak. For me, I kind of prefer a more masculine face on a vehicle.
I'm all for a masculine face, especially on a vehicle, but the front end is just a little bit boring, and I think if they're trying to have a more luxurious type vehicle, they really just need to jazz it up a bit.
The Veracruz features a 3.8-liter V6 that's also used in the luxury Azera sedan and the Hyundai Entourage minivan. It's very smooth and quiet. Actually, when you come to a stop and you're at idle, you can hardly tell if it's running. It's matched to an all-new 6-speed automatic that shifts with velvety precision. I find some of the downshifts to be a little slow for my liking, but for relaxed driving, it's pure luxury. I'm a big fan of sport modes on automatic transmissions that tell the vehicle to be a bit more aggressive, but it's not offered. You do, however, get to shift the gears back and forth manually if you like. I prefer to let the transmission do the work when it comes to an automatic. My biggest complaint about the Veracruz is the same complaint I've had about the Sonata, the Santa Fe, the Tucson. The driver's seat just doesn't go low enough. And it's not just Hyundai. We're seeing this trend with other manufacturers. They have the seat go up, 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 up for shorter drivers to see out over the front, but for taller drivers, the seats just don't go low enough. It feels like you're towering over the vehicle, and there's just an inch or so before my head hits the roof liner. I would love to see the seat go lower. It's not comfortable. You add in that to the fact that the seat bottom is rather short, there's no thigh support, so the bottom of your leg cuts off the circulation because you're sitting too high and the seat's too short. Fix it. But besides that, this vehicle has been tuned more for luxury and comfort than handling and performance. If you want that, you're better suited to go with one of those expensive European models. But if you're somebody that puts a premium on comfort and really having a relaxed, comfortable ride into work and home, this vehicle does everything with ease.
All-wheel drive comes standard on both trim levels. And like most all-wheel drive vehicles, the system automatically sends more power to the rear wheels when more traction is needed. So this really helps with fuel consumption. There's a button that the driver can push to lock the system so that the torque is split evenly between the front and rear wheels. The V6 motor has 260 horsepower, and to keep the Veracruz driving safely down the road, it is equipped with electronic stability program and traction control. The Veracruz runs on regular gasoline, not that pricey premium stuff. Our real-world consumption averaged a very disappointing 17 liters per 100 kilometers, or 16 miles per gallon. I can't believe that I'm driving a Hyundai. Everything about the Veracruz just feels so luxurious. And it's not just the wonderful ride. It's easy to park, it's nice and smooth. Hyundai's done a really great job of making sure that the interior layout looks and feels just as classy, and it really complements the overall package. Hyundai's been on a bit of a run these days. J.D. Power and Associates' initial quality reports have them neck and neck with Honda, Toyota, and Nissan, and in some instances they're even beating them. This vehicle received a 5-star safety rating for front and side crash tests.
Now here's the burning question, or in the case of the Hyundai Veracruz, the $39,995 question. Is this a vehicle that luxury buyers are going to want to buy?
Well, Zach, I think the answer is definitely yes, but we'll talk about that a bit more in just a minute. What I really like about this vehicle is the price. You can't beat it because it has such a luxurious ride and a luxurious look to it, especially the interior. I think they've done a great job of making the interior look really classy and upscale. I really like the fact that it's got high crash test ratings. And on the downside, I don't find the front seats to be very comfortable. The bottoms are a little bit too short. And I really think that by not having an MP3 jack, nav system, and the Bluetooth capability, that they're really missing out on some of the things that buyers are looking for in a luxury vehicle.
Totally agree with you. I think we're going to be a bit of a carbon copy of each other. You didn't touch on the things that I like, though. The engine is fabulous. 3.8-liter V6, got lots of power, very smooth, and it does everything easily. The 6-speed automatic is velvety smooth. The ride, it's very comfortable. I use this phrase a lot on driving television. It's a comfortable place to spend some time, except for the driver's seat. It's just way too high, and I agree with Lacey, the thigh support is lacking as well. And the exact same thing that Lacey mentioned, the lack of electronics and, you know, like a 50-cent jack for your iPod, that's just silly. But you know what, the question really is, if you're in the market for, say, an Acura MDX or a Lexus RX 350, are you going to think about buying a Veracruz?
You know what, Zach? I don't think that they will. I think those buyers are still going to be looking at those higher-end vehicles. But now, people that can't afford those high-end vehicles can still get something at a better price point and get the luxury in a Hyundai.
Want to buy a new car but can't decide? Go to driving.ca and do your own research by using the comparison tool.